Well, good afternoon. It's finally got some nice weather in northwestern PA. Anyway, we collected a few parts over the winter to get back on the Chevelle. So let's go out and see what we've done. Granted, it's May. Everybody's like, oh, late start. Everything's growing now. Yeah, well, we had a lot of rain. Some crappy weather, started getting nice. You also have life, takes over. But I have been out working on the car from time to time when the weather was nice. Done some minor things, preventative maintenance type stuff, and small stuff that wouldn't take me a long time, but we're fixing to start on the next bigger project. But we finally got some weather. Had to get all the summertime things running and everything. Also, everything runs good, up and going. Just a quick update. Some of the things I did drop the tank back out of here. Excuse me, and fix the sending unit so now the gas gauge works properly. I think I have to get underneath there and blow out the vent lines, because I can only get it to fill up about maybe 3/4 of the way. And read if the vents are plugged, it won't let it go past where the filler neck goes down into the tank. Anyway, we're doing some few odds and ends, like I said. See down there, we put a new return line on the power steering that was leaking. No more leaks. Underneath had a tranny leak. Couldn't understand that. If you parked it for a week, it was fine. After it sat, big puddle. Found out where that was. Where the speedometer hooks onto a turbo 350. There's what they call a torpedo. A little looking thing that goes into the side of the tranny that the speedometer gear goes in. Well, the seal inside there for the speedometer gear was not installed all the way in properly, and so it was leaking. After the car sat, the torque converter would empty back out into the tranny, fill the back up, and it would leak out. Found all that out. Didn't know that. Anyway, we got that fixed. I was adjusting a choke earlier today before I started on the other stuff. Come up here, saw something else I got to change. Guess I'll get a piece of heater hose and something to block it off. That thing, if you can see it, yeah, it's all cracked before that blows out. Other than that, she's still running really good. I think that was all I did. The tranny, the power steering, the gas tank. Anyway, all the boxes on the porch they're going in here. Been out here today, obviously. Pulled the bench seat out. I got to clean that up a little bit. We're going to put that on Marketplace to sell it, because we're putting a console and bucket seats in here. I just want to touch to my son again, if you can tell. These are original floorboards. They still have the original stuff from the factory, the sound, everything. This is a really solid car. A little tiny bit of rust there. I'll take care of that. Anyway, I got the seat out, removed the front carpet. I just have the back carpet. I haven't opened up the boxes yet for that, but that'll probably be on the next video. We'll start everything. But I just wanted to give an update here where we were, and I was working on it. Yeah, we got all that ready. Oh, I forgot to mention, pretty much Ever since I got this car, I've been fighting a vibration. And it was kind of driving me nuts. As I posted in other videos, I have replaced everything on the front end of this car. You can feel it in the steering wheel. Or you could, let me say it that way. All new ball joints, center link, tie rod, outer tie rods were fine. Upper and lower control arms. So, I mean, check the wheel bearings. They were like brand new. Nice grease in them. No play, no nothing there. So I pretty much had everything done on the front, and I still had a vibration. Anyway, I had the wheels and tires balanced last year at a local tire shop. They said they were good to go. Anyway, I started Googling and trying to find out what the problem was. Me and my son both seen a thing to get hub centrics for the rims, because the aftermarket rims, the center hole for the hub is usually larger to fit multiple vehicles. So I ended up getting the size for the rim, size of the hub, and I bought some, put them on. Still had a vibration, so I said, okay. Next thing I heard was road force balancing. Not too many tire shops have them. Up here, I finally found one. $25 a tire. Essentially, it's like a balancer, has a big wheel on the back that pushes against the tire, simulates the tire and rim on the road to see any balancing. Try to make a long story short, I took it up to a place in Fairview, Martin's Tire. I want to give a big shout out to them. Very nice people. Went up there, they pulled it in. They were going to do that. The guy called me over, said, hey, you want to see this? Long story short on that, my front end alignment guy left a bunch of things, we'll just say loose. So they were nice enough to tighten all them up. They ended up having to clock two of the tires. One front one, one back one. Essentially, the machine told them break the tire down. They rotated it where the machine said, popped it back up, rebalanced them, and that was $107, but $107 well spent. The vibration is pretty much gone. It is actually fun to drive now. However, I did find one other little thing I'm going to have to address at some point. The vibration's gone for driving, but if you just put your hand lightly on the steering wheel while you're driving, even though the car is not really vibrating or shaking, you can see the steering wheel like vibrating. You put both your hands on it, it goes away. Now, I checked, steering wheel's tight, the 2 bolts under there are tight. So I was doing that this morning also. So I come out here and I started looking at my other things here. And even though it's greasy down there, that rag joint is fine. However, you can't really see it under there. Yeah, you're not going to see it. Anyway, I was wiggling that, and it looks like the bottom bearing on the steering shaft is going out. There's a little bit of play in there. I can wiggle it up and down, and I'm assuming that's what is causing the little bit of steering shake, as you want to call it. It's not that bad, and I can still drive the car. I actually had the thing for a year before I realized there was a tilt steering wheel in here. I noticed from day one that's not an original Chevelle steering wheel, but it didn't dawn on me. What somebody's done is, from what I can gather by that steering wheel, somebody else might know, but I think that's a steering column out of a Camaro or something in the mid-70s, I'm not sure. But that's all right. We'll get that addressed at some point, or if we find another correct steering column, we'll put that in there. I might find one because we're going to the floor shifter, obviously. I'm going to have the column shifter on there, so we might look for another one anyway, just to get rid of that. I know I can pop it out of there, which will happen, but anyway. All right, well, that's just a update for now. Getting a little hot out here. The bugs are eating me. I'm probably going to call it for today, and we'll start working on the shifter and the console next time. We'll see how that goes. This car obviously did not have one in it, or bucket seats, so that'll be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll figure it out. All right, everybody have a good day, and thank you.